Yo, Icon Nation, what it is, man? It's your boy Yerdy G. Hey, we got something real special for y'all. So we've been talking about this for a while. We about to raffle off Rudy, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You cannot find this anywhere above market level or below, for that matter.
Well, the way we're doing it is this will be a raffle setup. Tickets will be sold as follows: 1 for $5, 3 for 10.
All your donations can be sent here. All right, run the intro.
Yo, Icon Nation, what it is, man? It's your boy Yerdy G.
It's your boy Nick, Icon Nation. What's good?
It's your boy Jaron Talley.
And it's Darnise Pichon.
We got Darnise Pichon in the house.
Yeah.
Special guest. We appreciate you for doing this with us.
Of course.
We appreciate you for being here.
Always got to show up for my fam. So, of course, I got to support.
Facts. And for those of y'all who may not know, the four of us collectively have worked at the Darkness Haunted House downtown in St. Louis for how many years did you work? I can't even get the number out.
Last year, that was 8.
Okay,
That was 8.
Okay, 8. So definitely 9.
Yeah, 9.
20. I know,
Somebody's
Got the
old.
old one right here.
I
was just saying somebody's old.
Well, here's how we got started off. Darnise, how did you get into haunting? What made you want to do it? What can you recall? How'd you get into it? What made you keep coming back?
Funny story. How I got into the haunted house career, I would say, I got in trouble in 6th grade. Teacher called home. I think I was talking too much in class or whatever the case was, but teacher called home and my dad's like, okay, you can't go trick-or-treating. And as a kid, I loved to trick-or-treat. Like, I want my candy. Let me go get it. But he was like, nope, that's your punishment, no trick-or-treating. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm like, well, at least can I dress up as this clown and hand out the candy? Like, I don't care what you do. That's fine. Every kid that went to that school that year was at my house running up and down the street because of this clown with a pillow in my stomach. I'm scaring people. That turned out to be the best punishment of my life. And then I met you. Exactly.
That sounds fun.
At that moment, it was supposed to be, but it turned out to be something I really enjoyed and I enjoyed and have fun. So then I met Nick in high school and I'm hearing these things about like, oh, I work at this haunt. I remember Hazelwood Central did a haunted house one year and I'm like, man, how do these people get into this stuff? Like, who do I need to talk to? And me and Nick became friends. And he was like, I think you'd be really good. All you got to do is audition. And I'm just like, biting my nails, audition or what? I don't know how to do any of that. So we went down, auditioned. I met Jeremy, a.k.a. Bobo the Clown, for the first time.
Don't be quiet.
Ooh, don't do him. But it turned out to be something that literally, like I said, took me 8 years. Like, it was something I loved, I enjoyed. I met a lot of friends along the way. Shout out to Wilson, one of the ones that been around for the longest too.
Definitely.
You guys, Yerdy, Jalen, of course, other ones, but it's something that's been just a passion for me ever since. So that's how I got started.
And it's wild because I remember that day. It was after band practice, standing
Yeah.
outside the band room, and I was
And
just
Brandon.
like,
It was Brandon that was there too.
Brandon was there,
Mhm.
yeah. And I remember just telling you should just come down and try it because you had said, like, I just love Halloween.
Mhm.
I love Halloween. I love haunted houses. I love the fall. And your birthday is around that time as well.
Exactly.
So I was just like, you might as well come down and audition. And you got nervous, but I was just like, nah, like I'm picking you up and you about to come down here and audition.
Don't let me fool you though. I'm one of the scariest people you will ever meet. Like, you can scare the crap out of me easily.
I know I did
You
it.
did.
I
Easily.
did it a
I
couple
don't know
times.
how working at a haunted house I survived this long, but I am the scariest person. Like, oh my gosh. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna support. I'm gonna do it. So yeah.
So what was your experience like? You know what? Let's not say the experience because experience could mean all the years you've acted. But
Mhm.
let's go back to year 1. What was that experience like?
Jeez. I met one of my closest friends, Kylan, who was the zone lead at that time. And he took me under his wing, and it made me feel special. Here I was. I'm still skinny, but I was this really skinny girl, and they put me in the mummy suit. And for those who work at the darkness, know what this skin tight death mummy suit was. And I was the only one at the time that could fit in it. And I don't know what it's made out of, but it gets hot, it gets sweaty. You practically have to be naked just to survive in it. And I did not survive. That first week I passed out, and Kylan had to carry me outside just for me to get some air with that mummy suit on. But I'm a champion, right? I want to keep going. So I did it again and again. I got used to it overall. But it was interesting. It was scary. I was in one spot. So I mean, trying to get to learn the area that was around me and learn all the animatronics to see when was the right cue to jump out and scare. But it was fun. Even getting hit was kind of fun. Like, I know that's probably not the best thing to say. It was. Because everybody knows, for one, everybody knows the best people to scare are Black people. Okay? You know?
It is
You
what
can't,
it is.
because they swing, they jump, they curse, they fall, they run. Like, that was the best. And for me, I knew I was good at it the day I scared this 7-foot man, and he basically kicked me, but I got up and I chased him, and he fell. So payback. But
Dang.
that was my first year. It was crazy, but
Matumbo kicked her.
he basically
No.
basically,
Not too
like,
deep.
imagine this big old foot in your yeah. But
And it's one of those things where, like, if you get hit in a haunted house as an actor, obviously you don't want to get hit in a haunted house,
But
but
it happens.
right, it happens, and that at one point that
lot.
means you kind of
did it
you
right.
did your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. You don't want to be hit, but I mean, we've all had our fair share of being hit.
bruises, cuts, all types of stuff. Not hit, but falling,
Yeah.
breaking ankles.
Yep.
I know.
Saying,
I
you already know
all
a little bit about that.
Man, for what, 4 years back to back?
Well, what
Wearing
clown you
J's
know
at the
that's
house.
wearing J's? Exactly. Like, how you supposed to be scaring me with some Jordans on, and then you fall?
Hey, comfort. Comfort.
We told Yurdy to wear some boots.
I'm wearing steel toe boots this year.
No, you actually working this year?
Stop it.
I'm just,
I'm like LeBron. You're 21.
I'm dead.
I'm going until my kid working with me.
Oh, that's gonna be
then
interesting.
you're not done yet. Then this ain't the retirement year.
Oh,
Far from it.
I'm going until Logan could work with me. After that one season, that's it.
Jeez, you gonna be up for that?
10 more years.
And you gonna be what, 50? I'm just playing.
I mean, or-
I'll be 45.
I mean,
Close.
hey, I mean,
I'll be 45.
Close enough.
Isn't Kenneth 50? So
Ooh, but
Kenneth 50 for real?
he almost.
well, so he can do it.
But see, that's a different breed. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Kenneth
that's
is-
another
Yeah.
experience in
Yeah.
itself with working there. I've got to meet Kenneth, Zone 2 lead, longer than all of us, maybe. Maybe not you,
I think
but
so. Or maybe like the same time as Wilson.
oh my gosh, I never seen an old man get down like that. Like,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Kenneth came in when I was on the way out to go to Limp.
for real.
I feel like Kenneth is one of those people that you need in the haunted house.
Oh, definitely.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, it don't matter what haunted house you work in, you need Kenneth in that haunted house because
He's a
The-
proactive section leader for us.
he's a proactive section leader, and the way that he moves in the haunted house, Darnise, you might be one of the only other people I know that can move through the haunted house the way that Kenneth does in
Mhm.
terms of knowing your zone,
Right.
knowing your cuts, knowing how to hit people in 4 different times within 1 minute and things like that. I promise y'all, it was one night where I ran zone 1 with Darnise, and I think it was
Oh
the
my
last night of the season.
That's
That
when
was
you're
so
like a
lit.
Viking.
That was
Yeah,
lit.
yeah.
We was
She
on
told
that
me to-
bridge.
Darnise told me to follow her, and I was like, all right, where are we going? And she was like, just follow me. So
You
we got the
lost.
radio.
You
Man,
got lost.
Darnise hit
Don't
one
know where
cut,
it's going.
and I was lost. I was like, yeah, I have
Where he
no
at?
idea where I'm at. I called for her. Darnise! I had no idea where she was,
Come
man,
back.
because that's a proactive section lead. That, like, you know how to get from one end to another. If something happens to your actors, you know how to get there. You know how to help them out. You need somebody like that in the haunted house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And his zone is always ready on time.
Yeah. his zone, as long as I've been in the haunted house, zone 2 has never had a problems with that. Like
Like
Kenneth is
he's the only
always
section lead that can actually like show up when we actually show up because he's coming from work or whatever. But his zone is
Mhm.
already upstairs.
right.
That's true.
Nah, Kenneth is solid. And like I said, you will be up there in the haunted house looking for something that got called over the radio that might be broken or something like that. And the whole time Kenneth was right here like this looking at you.
Yep, and all you see is those
Oh,
eyes.
them
That's it.
eyes.
You
That
see his
wig.
eyes.
That's it.
The eyes
And
were
And
big
half
the
the
whole
time
thing.
you can't even tell. Like you be like, is that real? And then that little can. Oh my gosh.
All right, he
with
the
the
only
little
section
face
to wear a
on it.
trench coat.
Yep.
That's his costume. A trench coat,
And
the
the
white
gas can.
contacts, and that
Yeah.
wig.
Oh,
Oh,
and
I
the
remember when
gas
he got a
can.
new wig. I was like, okay, Becky, I see you.
Got that 27B. I feel like that's real weave.
It probably
Probably
is.
is.
It probably
honestly.
is. He just don't comb it. That's
Had a
all.
lot of volume. You know what I'm
heard
saying?
me.
It was nice.
He was
He
Tresemme.
tends to it.
I don't know,
Y'all
man.
petty, man. Y'all petty,
I
man.
knew this episode was going to go like that, man. But I mean, all of us working in the haunted house together, and definitely when Darnise was downstairs, and then you were
Memories.
downstairs for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Mm-mm. Let me see. I only did 2 years without downstairs. That was my baby. My whole career was
And I
down
still
there.
hate
So you were
downstairs.
downstairs for a long time.
Long time. I never wanted to leave.
So how did the switch to being a clown come about, and what was the
Oh.
difference between
Oh Jesus.
that and being downstairs?
Okay, you want me to go into
You
detail?
a clown at heart. You started off as a
You
clown.
were
you
were a
passing out
good
candy.
clown.
Okay, I mean,
I would say.
correct. I wanted to be a clown, but at
You
the
were a good
time
clown,
when
too.
Jeremy was there, despite y'all feelings, in my opinion, it was very structured. They made you fight to be a clown. You had to prove that. It wasn't
That's how I
you
was.
could just come and be a
That's how I
clown.
was
Oh,
when I was up
shout
there.
out to Lawrence. Like I even tried. Like there were times he was just like, "Oh, you just gotta earn it. Like you too new. Like you can't come up here and just be a clown." So for that, I ended up staying downstairs, and then when I fell in love with my baby Kylan, like I couldn't just leave Kylan. Like we was homies. Why would I want to leave and go anywhere else if I can't be a clown? Like so that Kylan ended up leaving, and then I ended up taking it over. And then we got new managers, new acting managers that came in about um, Dan. And I mean, life be lifing. So I mean, I was in school, started working, moved in out of my parents' house, and I mean, I couldn't be there on time like I always wanted to be. Like I would be
they didn't
getting
like
there
that.
right when it's time to open the door and let the first customer in, and they didn't like that. Which I get it. If you're gonna commit to something, you need to be on time. But at the same time, I've been doing this for a long time, time. But I mean, I knew what I was doing. They didn't like the fact that I was coming in at that time frame. So it was somebody underneath me that they thought would be better to run the position than me. And every year for the past 8 years, I've always taken my father's birthday off, always. And I tell them that at the very beginning of the season, before the season even starts. And one time I took it off. I came after everything with my father was over with, and I just wanted to walk through to see how my house, my floor does without me being there. And I ran into the acting manager, and he had his fair shares with me about why he thought it was disrespectful that I showed up that day and didn't work. And we got into it. I like him now. We're good now, but we got into it, and he
That
was
was a
like,
hefty argument too.
"Yeah, hefty," and
that's
that's how I ended up
psychotic.
outside. That's how I ended up outside. He was like, "Well, since you're gonna yell at me like that, I don't think you deserve to be the zone lead, but I'll at least let you go outside." That's how I ended up outside that one day. And then Valentine's Day came up, didn't do it. They put me in zone 3 lead, and I can't stand zone 3. I'm sorry, but I don't like zone 3. And I just never got it back. I even tried talking to Patty. I don't know. Whole time the person that was running zone 1 didn't even want zone 1. And I'm like, give it to me. That's my baby. Like nobody knows zone 1 like I do. Just never got it back. And then next thing you know, I'm a clown.
I thought you
Okay.
will.
Okay.
I thought you will.
It was interesting.
You were a
I
good
must say.
clown on that.
Huh?
You were a good clown. I thought so. Definitely.
So it's a dramatic change, I must say.
I know, Darla.
Oh my God.
I will say, like, I was in zone 1 for I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in Zone 1 for 2 weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's back when they used to have a rotating schedule at the beginning of the season. Like if you worked opening weekend,
You had to.
you wouldn't work the next
Yep.
one.
Wait, that was a thing?
Yes.
It was a thing. Like, cause we
Under
had
Jeremy?
Yes.
look,
What?
Yurdy, we
The
had
first week it was open, I couldn't
we
work.
had like 130 people on the that made the cut to work in the haunted house, right? But for the September nights, they only wanted 50 every night because it just wasn't that busy.
Mm-hmm.
So for the September weekends, we rotate. So if you were on the first weekend, you wouldn't work the next one. And if you weren't on that one, you would work the following. And then when October hits, they just flooded
Everybody.
that
That is
all of us
dumb,
in the haunted
bro.
house.
You
Why
mean
is
to
it
tell me
dumb?
because you got so many people, what if I killed them more than anybody? I'm gonna be penalized because there's too many people?
I mean, I feel like at that
I
point,
definitely get where you're coming from.
I get it.
I get it.
I feel like at that point though, like he probably would have been telling you, like, okay, you could work this weekend. I don't think it would have been. I don't know. You knew him better than I did at that
See,
time. I
Well,
was new.
personally, what I did was I kind of hijacked that system because I worked the opening weekend, but I didn't work the next weekend, right? But I was too like excited to be working there. And I was like mad. I felt like it was an attack against me that I wasn't on the next weekend, but that was just me and my mindset. And I didn't think it was because look, we only got 50 spots. It's not gonna be that busy, and we only want to pay 50 people, right? So I was just like, I'm gonna just go down there anyway and see if they need help with something else. I went in there and I told them I just help out in the costume room, whatever. And Jeremy had told me that he needed somebody in the clown house. He was like, "Let me see what I got, and I'll see if I can get you in here because I don't want you just messing with costumes. I'd rather you come in here and act." So I was like, "All right." So I just sat there in the actor area, just kind of waited. Him and Colleen had talked about whatever they need to talk about, looking at the spots, figuring out who they had, and then they had a spot open in Terror Visions. He came up to me. He was like, "How you feel about being a clown?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it." I wasn't expecting to get put in the clown house, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it." Right.
Say my thoughts for off camera.
Oh my God.
Well, look, man, look. I get up there. It's Lawrence,
Mhm.
Reggie Clark, and Dylan. The three of them
Oh,
running
Dylan.
the zone.
I love Dylan.
I had no idea like what kind of experience I was about to get. You know what
They
I'm saying?
say
know you
some
got
wild
experience.
But I
stuff.
mean that in the best way possible though, because
They wild.
they expected all the new actors to just be in a scare box. Y'all don't get no room to move around on the floor. You don't get nothing. Like you are in a box. That's it. Lawrence and Dylan were like, "Nah, man, you was here last weekend. You cool. We want to take a chance. We'll give you these 3 scenes." And it was the ice cream truck,
Classic.
the shooting gallery, and the crane, like the claw room or
Mhm.
whatever. And they were like, you use these 3 rooms to hit these groups any kind of way you want, but don't back up the flow. We'll be around to make sure you don't back up the flow. And if you do back up the flow,
Back to that drop.
you got to go to a box. I'm like, it's my opportunity. I'm not going back to the box.
Wait. So it was 3 people running it at once?
Dude, we had Terrorvision used to have like 25 clowns up in there, 2 to a scene, like it was doubled up. So we had 2 roamers in the lead. Reggie Clark was the lead, Dylan and Lawrence were roamers, and they just split it back half, front
That's
half.
crazy, bro. When I was actually the televisions, we had a hot 8 people.
Nah, man, it was packed.
It was packed.
It was packed.
And
And
now
it was a
it's
crew, too.
Going back to that 8
That's the
people,
squad
but
right there.
It
it was
Probably
squad,
5
man.
now.
Yeah, probably.
Since he chopped it in half so many times.
But no, it was huge. It was a lot of us.
I mean, I will say though, like being in Terrorvisions taught me so much about working in a haunted house. It got to the point where I didn't want to be up there no more. I could hear the clown music in my sleep when I was at home.
Yeah.
It's
But,
repetitive.
like,
It does get annoying after a
Yeah,
while.
it's repetitive, but at the same time, they taught me how to move on the floor. They taught me how to like move through there without stopping the flow. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't let me have no shortcuts in the haunted house.
See, I feel
Like-
like working in televisions, it does something to you. It brings the method acting out of you. It makes you be a better actor because you have to be silly, scary,
Yeah.
improvise, and be
Mhm.
able to move around relentlessly.
No doubt. And it's bright. It's not dark.
Yep.
Not at all.
So it's a whole bunch of I can see you. I know you real.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of that all night.
And if you can't handle those comments, haunted house life ain't for you.
Man, for real. Cause I'm finna roast you now. I'm finna embarrass you in front of your whole little squad.
I mean, it got to the point though where I had tried TerraVision, and the one night I did it because I did it on a Saturday,
Oh.
but it was a September Saturday.
Okay, so
it was all
it's
right.
like a Thursday in
Yeah.
October.
I had liked it. And then I got Lawrence's number and I called him that week and I was like, yo, I don't know where I'm going to get put this weekend, but I need you to and he did. And then I was up there for 5 years. 5 years, relentlessly, 5 years. I didn't want to go nowhere else. Yeah.
You had a good group up there too.
I did. And when I said they didn't let me have any shortcuts, they really didn't. Like if I did something stupid, they handled us the right way if we did something dumb. Like one night, it was at the end of the night. Dylan came behind the last group, and I had already taken my stuff off. Like I took my mask off. I was in a cut, so nobody could see me. But he came up to me and he was just like, "Yo, another group just went past." And I had just kind of half put my mask on. I was done with the night. Like I just peeked my head out the curtain and saw them turn the corner, and I just didn't do nothing. I didn't scare him. I didn't do nothing. Right. I was just like, oh shit. I guess I missed him. And I thought it was no big deal. I was just like, I guess I missed him because that was the last group. I thought night is over. Right, that's the last group.
Right.
Dylan was so mad about that. I didn't even know until the next day I got there. I was not a clown that night.
Dang.
I was not a clown that night. They put me in a puppet.
Oh,
y'all know. Y'all know. But for people who do not know, in the haunted house world, within haunted attractions, they have these things that are giant puppets that they have people that stand behind them and just kind of push them around to scare the crowd. But you're not the one scaring. You're not in the costume. You know what I'm saying? You're helping the show, but you're not really seeing. And
it's like punishment.
They knew I wouldn't like that. And when I got there, I was pissed.
You get to hit people.
Lawrence and Dylan came up and grabbed me and pulled me away from everybody. And they were like, look, we're just going to be 100 with you. We did this on purpose. Like we made sure that you weren't a clown tonight so that you learn you got to hit every single person come to the haunted house, whether you make them laugh, whether they get scared. And they said it's because everybody pays that money. They deserve the same show.
You're right.
And so
it's called discipline, son.
Man, I was mad about it, but after that, I was just like, I get it.
Why
now,
can't we stick to that? I don't understand why we can't stick to that. It's so different now.
People can't be fired no more.
Everybody's so sensitive, so you can't say the things you used to say to people, and we don't have enough people. At that time, they were able to do that. They were able to take you out of a spot and put you somewhere.
Darnise hit me, man.
He said I put my hands on him.
Yeah, Darnise put her hands on me. I'm like, boy, you super cocky. You crying about this little 5-foot girl.
Super big. My thing was he was irritating me. I don't even remember what happened. What happened? He was irritating me. Yeah. Oh no! Again,
he wasn't getting the scares. I don't think
he wasn't getting the scares. And again, they were on our tails about putting people in boxes. I think that was the day after Larry came and was chewing people out. We have boxes, scare boxes for a reason. Ain't nobody using them. So I'm telling everybody. You know, when my zone be cracking, we be the best ones. Like it be what? What you trying to say? Y'all don't count if you're talking about the outside crew.
We're out of this conversation.
We're not even involved.
Okay. So what you say that for?
Man, Zone 1 ain't never been cracking.
No.
I don't know, man. Zone 1 used to be popping when Darnise.
When I ran it, so don't you dare.
And it was nice when Kylan had it too, but Darnise grabbed it and it was.
Don't disrespect.
You know what, Darnise?
You know what?
What you about to say?
Anyway, I kept telling it was Ricky. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I kept telling Ricky, I'm like, bro, stay in your spot. I cannot keep getting yelled at because for one, Larry doesn't even know my name. Larry knows me as the black girl. Okay. So I don't need Larry to know my name because I'm not doing my job. Anytime Larry came and chewed out anybody, it was never because of me. It was either because it wasn't enough fog, but it was never because of the zone lead not doing her job. So he was always in the middle, holding up the line, scaring people backwards. Now I'm like, bro, Ricky, stay in your spot. Come back around. Ricky, stay in your spot. Ricky, stay in your spot. Like, Ricky, stay in your spot. Boy, he came up to Wilson, was like, can you tell Darnise, man, stop putting her hands on me. I didn't
Boy,
even hit
this
you.
big and she
But I
this
did
little,
grab
you
him by his
crying.
collar. I'm like, bro, stay in your spot. Like, you're not. And I told Kenneth, I'm like, bro, he all you. He'll never be in my zone again. And he came and asked. And I'm like, nah, fam, I can't do it. Like, I can't.
That's how you know you somebody, mama. You him people up by their neck.
Honestly,
It kind of just happened. Like, I ain't really mean to, but I was
Nah, yeah, I
irritated.
get it.
Like,
You saw red.
shit, I did.
Yeah.
It might have been my red hair in my face at the time. I don't know what it was, but
that was some real that's just some real old school section lead
Yeah.
type of.
I ain't never hit that on my
form of
actions,
leader.
dog.
Like
I
right,
was
you
the only
don't.
one.
I used to pull him to the side like, hey, bro, get it together before I beat your ass.
See,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
the
I
thing.
think
That
how
ain't
many
it.
times you? How many times you gotta keep
For
telling?
real.
I don't know. I feel like the mama in me definitely came out,
It did.
and I'm like, bro, like you're irritating me. Get the picture. Stay in your spot. And he just wasn't listening, so I had to make him listen. But anybody that big with no neck should be able to not be scared of little old
I mean,
me. You know.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, okay.
Y'all was to see Ricky. No offense to Ricky. We cool. We cool right
You
now.
already
You know?
said it.
He know he ain't got no neck.
I mean, we all have been
Y'all used to make fun of
section
him all
leads
the
before.
time.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? Like, and at different times, we all been
That's true.
section leads.
I was
But
one everybody
Jalen,
wanna work for.
how did you discipline your actors? Did you have a certain way of disciplining
The
them, or like
silent
because
killer.
it seemed like Jalen is the silent killer,
He
but it
is.
seemed like when you had the Hive, when you ran the Hive,
Oh, I missed the
it just seemed like y'all was solid, man.
Yeah.
There were no calls,
s-
nothing going wrong.
I would
Like,
say there's probably maybe like 1 or 2 nights that were probably like that weren't good. Out of all the times we ran Hive, I would say probably twice that
Right,
we've actually
twice.
had. Yeah.
Mhm.
and did you have to move anybody around? Did you have to rearrange anything? Like,
I mean, it was mainly just I would say new actors or like because I had like some didn't show up, so it was mainly like adjusting to having to put someone that's like not used to that scene in a scene and then have them there the rest of the night.
right. And you had a roamer, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, Gracie was my
Prior?
Yeah, Gracie.
Gracie was
Prior,
dope,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Gracie
she-
was
she
dope.
was
She
so
was a
good.
real good actor.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
She was like
No,
this
Gracie
big.
was
She was
hard.
dope.
But she was able to move, though.
Of
Like,
course.
she was solid.
And she and like that scream too. I mean, it's like so loud.
Yeah.
Mommy scream.
I used to love when we had the Hive there, but I just thought it didn't make sense that people would have to go through the Hive first and come
Yeah.
out of the building, walk all the way around, and
Just
then
to get
go
back
through
in.
the
Yeah,
Hive.
ain't no type
which
of
it should be the other way. I think why not just make the Hive last?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they should have done Darkness first, come out, and then walk around the backside
Mhm.
to the Hive, go through that, and then be done with it. Or they could have just figured out a way to morph that and just make it all one big thing, extend the haunted house. That's kind of what I think. But like
Mhm.
Jalen, you had that down, and then they moved you to clown section lead.
Yep.
You killed that. You be doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a silent
course.
killer. It really is. I feel like section leading is different depending on what zone you're in.
Big
Definitely.
And
difference.
I want to clarify, like, for any haunted house, because every haunted house has some sort of a section lead, some sort of a lead actor, something like that. But section leading is not easy because you are responsible for
For
all these people in your
everything,
zone.
everybody,
And you
your
just get frustrated
animatronics.
and like
Right.
because there's been times like I've been like with Darnise. I mean, I just want to hit someone. I'm serious. Like
I didn't hit
like,
nobody for the record.
I mean,
guys.
I know. I get pissed off. I'm like, you're not doing your. Just stay in your scene. Like I don't know how many times I have to tell you. Like
Like Space Clown.
that's the
Oh
one.
my God.
But
Oh.
I swear,
Like Space Clown.
there's times I just wanted to just like
No, definitely. I mean, like, we had different things, like being the lead of the queue line is different because you got the main thing that I get chewed out about is escape room people. People that's
Mhm.
coming to the haunted house for the escape rooms
Right.
and not the haunted house.
Right, like
because
how
we
are you
scaring
supposed to
them.
know?
It's like, why would y'all come to the escape room on the night that the hunt is open? That's just
Yeah.
like, that's idiotic.
You just
I honestly
you fair
feel like
game
that
to
should
me.
be
You
a
look like
part
you
of
going
the
to haunted house.
experience.
Right. That's
Honestly,
like trying to find an Xbox on Christmas Eve.
I'm
Right.
dead.
Because they'll be like, oh, don't scare those people. They for the escape room. I'm like,
How you know?
in my costume, how exactly am I supposed to know?
And look, And the whole time we smiling at each other like, Nick, you go.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
because we
We're
getting ready
chasing
to
that.
go. It's gonna
As
happen.
soon as you walk past us,
Right,
it's
I'm,
pre-game.
look, I'm
Right.
just like, I'm about to get chewed out anyway. I might as well do it.
The one thing I do get us getting chewed out about is scaring people in the need ticket line.
Yeah.
Because that means they haven't spent any money yet.
I
I get it.
It's fun. It's tempting.
I wish-
hard.
It's tempting.
I wish we could still do it.
Yeah.
We can't scare
I
them
know,
by the
I
booth no
know.
more.
Me
It's
working
tempting.
the ticket booth, I know it's
Yeah.
annoying when y'all be up there trying to
It's
scare them.
fun,
Because
okay.
then again, you know how many times I had to call security up there to move the steps because somebody done dropped their phone or their money
Or
down.
they fall.
They fall.
That's
Like
True.
I'm annoyed at this point. Like,
Remember that girl fell
and
off
I'm
the
pregnant
stairs?
too. Yeah. Like I'm pregnant. I'm annoyed. You already acting stupid because you don't know what you want right now. Like I got a long line. Like
Let
get
me.
your tickets.
How much tickets? Sign right there.
Y'all take Apple Pay. Yeah.
How
I
long
mean-
it take to walk through here? Boy, if you don't buy this
Come
ticket,
on.
man.
That's my favorite one.
Extra
Y'all got
$5.
clowns? Whole time, 2 clowns standing right there.
Nah, we ain't got clowns.
Nah.
We ain't
And
got
I'll be
clowns.
like, in my character, no, we ain't
Yeah,
got
no.
clowns. Whole time, they standing right there. You take pictures of any one of us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing that we'll get chewed out about out there. That scaring people into the street.
I'm so like
Because we have had, like, every now and then you get a couple of people that take off running from you and they run out to the street. And
Even
normally,
after we stop running, they still just
right. And normally that's no big deal. But it's the times where all of us collectively dropped the whole line and it just looked like a bomb went off outside and everybody running into the street.
No. When the
nobody
bird-
did it worse.
See, that's crazy. We don't get chewed out by the barricades.
Yeah, I used to, didn't y'all?
Nah, Kayla used to
Kayla
be mad
used
off
to
us.
be
She
upset
used to
about
be
it,
hot.
Yeah.
She used to be so upset.
I used to knock them down like every night.
It wouldn't be us to be the customers.
That's the thing though. Like it really
Cause like
it ain't us.
we could be 10 feet away. They just run into the barricade.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all was wild though, all y'all. And I'm mad Wilson ain't there because that's another.
I toned down a lot.
That's
We-
another. That's because you're getting old.
I'll say we've gotten better.
You need some Bengay.
I feel like our wildness outside has been like it's still there, but we control it a little bit more. And it's really not our fault, but it's because we keep getting pushed back with how much room we have.
Yup.
Because now we can't even go past where the ticket,
right,
you know.
yeah.
So like we keep getting pushed back, and I feel like that's calming it down a little bit. But them first couple of seasons where we were all outside
Oh,
and
my
there
God.
was no boundary,
The-
like you
the-
go wherever you.
The
I ended up in
2018
Soulard a couple
season,
times.
The
like,
2018 season, that was the one.
man, 18 was crazy. That was my
Mhm.
first year outside, and I was just like, there was all that drama going on within the hunt. I was like, I probably won't be out here next year, so I'm getting ready to
drama?
destroy it.
The Great
The
Divide.
Great Divide.
What we talking about? What year? Who ran at this time so I can clarify?
That's when
who-
Colleen was running. And that's when her whole crew got mad at us saying that we thought we were better. Because, like, how y'all mad? Because we have camaraderie within each other. Like, we actually cool outside of work. And
Yeah.
the
Wild,
whole
Everybody wanna
time
be a
y'all
part.
mad.
I
wild
ain't
time.
had no smoke with nobody, so I don't know.
It was just like we were just having fun, and like I don't.
Then we got rich the next year.
I'm dead.
We don't even. We that's a whole episode for itself.
It is a whole episode.
comment.
We
Whole
getting
episode
demonetized
for
that
itself.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
No comment on that.
We just putting that
Yeah,
on
always
Instagram
they
Live.
always got issues with the acting
Nah,
managers. I'm the
man.
only one that
See,
don't be ever having
okay.
issues.
Honestly,
Richard was
Well,
cool.
I had.
To be honest,
To
he's the only
me.
one I have had an issue with.
See,
Rich?
Yeah.
Colleen was cool. I didn't have no problem with her.
Colleen
Me and
was
her, we
cool.
actually
I
got
didn't-
Colleen was
along.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's just
Colleen
that
was
when she started dealing with her anxiety and all that, then she called my phone, get to tripping. I'm like, bro, sit in my car for an hour.
oh my god.
They were cool
And
though.
I'll block her from calling me until the night over with. Cause man, she used to be tripping. Like, I'm telling you, like
See,
when,
I didn't see the side of her, so I don't know. Maybe you're right.
no, because that's when I came back from that injury, Patty was like, "You the lead actor again." What? Hold on, what you mean? And then
Patty
so
be putting people in positions. And it's like this
'Cause,
is what
like,
it is. Like,
Exactly.
because that's when she was like, she ain't trust Dylan no more. I don't know what was going on, but she said she ain't
Oh.
trust him. She was like, Mike heard it's you again. What?
Was it the gun situation?
No, that was before that happened.
okay.
That was way before that. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then, like I said, she would just call me and text me, just tripping. I don't know what to do. I just haven't. I'm like, come on, bro. Like You my boss at this point. You figure it out. I'll help you, but you figure
I
it out.
had no problems with Colleen. I do think how that whole Monty situation played out was kind of.
Man, that's another. That's
I'm
two
Team
episodes.
Monty, but like I don't like that. But other than that, me personally, I didn't have.